Hi Aries, I hope you guys are doing great today. This is going to be general messages for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for March 16th to the 22nd, 2020. Guys, remember, take what resonates, throw out the rest, and try to make it fit if it doesn't. The energies can always be reversed. Okay, so we're going to do a Celtic cross spread and then a little bit of an extended love read. And yeah, so let's just talk about a couple of things going on in the sky that are very relevant. One of the things I'm really excited about, but the first is on March 16th, we have Mercury entering Pisces. So Mercury is going to be going back to your 12th house, but it's direct this time. So this is a great time to communicate or move forward on things that you felt were holding you back during the Mercury retrograde. Now, this 12th house is the house of endings. It's a house of like self-sabotaging behaviors, dreams, desires, the unconscious. And Mercury is going to be helping you to seriously identify and move out of any patterns of behavior and thought that no longer serve you. You know, that you're ready to just like kick to the side and you just want to move on and grow from, right? And then on March 19th, we have the sun entering you guys, right? So it's Aries, so it's your first house of self, which is great. This is about fresh ideas hitting you and you feeling very motivated to make changes pretty much in any area of your life, from the physical to the emotional. So that could be like, you know, a makeover, new clothes, a new haircut, something like that. Or maybe you make the decision to like go to therapy, or you know, get into studying some sort of self-improvement, something. Maybe you start changing your workout routine, whatever it is. But whatever it is, guys, you know, in Aries, right, you guys, the sun is very enthusiastic and spontaneous. So you're feeling very motivated in this energy to make some real solid changes in your sense of self. So I really like that. And then the one that I'm really excited about is on the 21st, we have Saturn entering Aquarius. Guys, this is for the first time since 1994, and it's in your 11th house. So this is your house of groups, systems, and organizations. You'll be feeling the urge to become greater than what you already are. And this is about your goals and your objectives and your hopes and your wishes. So Saturn in Aquarius wants to gather wisdom and information off the mainstream path and beyond what is normal for us, right? So he's going to be turning his attention, you know, outward, reordering structures and boundaries in order to make connections and distribute information and develop innovations for us, you know, in whatever area he's hitting here with Aquarius. And again, for you guys, it's your 11th house. So this is really positive when it comes to really like your goals, you know, where it is that you want to go, what is it you want to do, and the groups of people that you associate yourself with. So let's go through your Celtic cross spread first. So we're going into this energy with the Hangwoman. Okay, so yeah, a little analysis paralysis going on, like you feel like you want to make the changes, right? I mean, that's what's, you know, that's what goes on in this energy. It's kind of pressing the pause button. It's Neptune, right? So Neptune, see, the thing with Neptune rules Pisces. There's a lack of clarity with the Neptune. It's kind of like looking at something through a very dirty glass. Smoke and mirrors kind of energy, feeling ungrounded, you know, not feeling like your feet are firmly footed on the ground. Just this lack of clarity. So I feel that this was what you were thinking, feeling, whatever, regarding the situation that's on your heart for this particular reading. So there's a sense of confusion there. Not confusion, lack of clarity. It's different. And then we have now the situation right now is the 9 of coins. So Aries, if it has to do with work, this just tells me that you're not bringing in enough money, right, to feel happy, right? If this has to do with a relationship, there is not enough connection here, mental, physical, emotional connection. Now, I do want to say that the 9 of coins is a Venus and Virgo energy, right? So Venus is all about, it's the planet of love, but it's also where our self-worth hangs out, and it's also a connection to money. So it's sort of hitting all of that. And in the reverse, it's just basically not there. Like the Venusian elements are not there. And Virgo is a pentacle energy. It's an earth energy, but it's ruled by Mercury. So this is telling me that this lack of connection is because either you're not getting a call back for a job, you're not finding out any additional information regarding some sort of opportunity that you're waiting on, or if it has to do with relationship, the communication is just not there for you to feel that mental, emotional, and physical connection. Because when we say that, mental, emotional, physical connection. It means the way we communicate, our intimate life, our social life, our ability to engage with each other on a day-to-day basis, right? So that could even be dealing with your family, right? Maybe you're feeling like this lack of connection from your parents or your siblings or your kids, right? Something happening there. Now, that lack of connection is being crossed by the Magician reversed. So the Magician is a Mercury energy. So it being reversed tells me that there is a lack of communication. There is a lack, what I was just saying, a lack of communication. And Mercury is also about moving forward, right? It's about movement. Okay, and also about, the Magician is the most powerful alchemical card in the deck, which means the ability to take two different substances to create a third, right? That's a combination of the two. So it really is about compromise and being able to make something happen. It really is about being able to make something happen. And something is not happening here, Aries. There is not this forward movement. If it has to do with a job, if it has to do with this relationship. And then we have the 10 of Coins in reverse as the crowning. Another Pentacle energy, right? I mean, here we go, again. So we had Venus in Virgo, and now we have Mercury in Virgo. So in the reverse, there's going to be a lack of communication and a lack of movement having to do with money, with that Pentacle energy. Okay, so again, you could be feeling very stagnant in your work where you're just not bringing in enough money, or you're bringing in money but not enough for what you want, or you're just really not in the job or at the point in your job that you really want. But this could also certainly be having to do with, again, mental, emotional, physical connection. It's just not being there. Now, we do have as the foundation, we do have the Strength card. So this is good. This is a Leo energy. Leo is ruled by the Sun. And the Sun is just about coming up with a lot of ideas and innovations and a lot of fire in your belly and a lot of willingness. And for many of you, this could be wanting to put yourself out there in the entertainment industry. For others of you, it's just putting you front and center of something where kind of all eyes are on you. And this could be the foundation. So this could very much maybe be some sort of situation, if it has to do with career, that you were trying to evolve yourself into, okay? If it has to do with relationship, this could have to do with really wanting to take the chance here, not having things work out the way you want, but really embracing your strength. Really embracing your strength to either push forward to work something out or to extricate, to pull yourself out of it. All right? Because that's the strength is the foundation here. So it's like no matter what's going on, your strength is intact. And I believe that because this is you right now, which is the Emperor. I love this. Somebody else got the Emperor for this position. I forget who. Maybe Taurus, I'm not sure. But the Emperor is an Aries energy, and the Aries is the baby of the zodiac, and it's all about being excited and really wanting to move forward. Now, let's remember, we do have Sun entering you guys. This is you, obviously, but we have the Sun entering you guys on the 19th. This is amazing, right? Because again, you guys are the babies of the zodiac. You guys are all about fresh perspective, initiation, moving forward. You can be a little, how do I want to say this? Like, when you get so excited, you may not think through the whole process. So you just want to be a little mindful of that. But this is about getting in touch with what it is that you want for yourself moving forward. So there's such a strength in the Emperor energy, and I really like that. So those two connect quite well to me. And now we have the external energy to you is the Ace of Swords. Yeah. So there's some lack of truth coming in from someone. There is a lack of communication coming in about something. So again, if this has to do with a relationship, sort of like the 10 of Coins, right? Energy where either there is somebody is not communicating wholly so with you, where if you are communicating, there was like sort of lying through omission, or you feel like somebody is not being honest with you if you're talking at all. If this has to do with a job, this is, because swords are messages coming in, it's words, it's communication as well as truth. So this could be you not hearing back from a job, you not getting clarity on something that you're waiting on. It's frustrating you, but you're maintaining your strength here. Now, we have the Seven of Wands in your fear position. So the Seven of Wands is all about really identifying what it is that you want, being large and in charge of your own land, and doing things your way, but not in a selfish or egocentric way whatsoever. It's about strongly identifying what it is that works for you, that you want, you know? And you pushing forward with it, right? It's a Mars and Leo. So again, it's about having this passion and this strong initiative to move something forward, but it's in your fear position. So even though you have this fire in your belly, you're afraid, which makes sense to me. It does make sense to me. But then we have the Nine of Swords in the reverse as your outcome. I much prefer this in the reverse, because this indicates to me that the hardest part is over. This is the 3 a.m. anxiety card. Might be dealing with some depression, some frustration, some sadness regarding a relationship, regarding a situation, and it's creating a lot of anxiety. The truth of a situation, the reality of a situation that you're being made to face was giving you a lot of anxiety. It was making you feel very depressed, but you're entering into a space of acceptance, which is really good, because this is more of like the uptick now, where the worst of it is behind you. And you really are just trying to understand. Now, in the near future, we do have the Justice in the reverse. So this obviously, I mean, this is pretty straightforward. This is a Libra energy. This is a relationship energy. This is about fairness, is the scales, and it's also ruled by Venus, which is about our connection to love, our connection to money, and our connection to self-worth, right? So in the reverse, it's this lack of fairness in the area of work, of money, of connection, of relationship, you know, and it's just the recognition that something is just really not happening and not really working. And guys, honestly, this makes sense to me, because you do have Mercury entering Pisces in your 12th house, right? So this is all about looking at this situation and saying, all right, what have I been holding on to that I have to let go of? And if something is not happening for me, why do I keep trying to do the same thing over and over again? That's self-sabotaging behavior, right? And Mercury's going to be in there with Pisces, even though when Mercury's retrograde in Pisces, it doesn't work so well, but Mercury is actually quite helpful to Pisces with that Neptunian energy, giving it some solid kind of direction in that 12th house. So this is you really recognizing just, hey, you know, what's not working? And you have to do that, Aries, because you're entering this time period really feeling confused, very smoke and mirrors. Like, you think you know what you want, but you're not sure how to get there. And the paths that you've been trying to execute to make your dream come true or to make this relationship work hasn't been working. So like, it's to the point where you have to be like, all right, you know what? It's not working. So you have to really embrace the strength energy and this Emperor energy. Let's just pull a couple more cards on that. On these outcomes energy. Let's get some more information on the outcome energy. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're feeling very connected to either a person, a project, a situation, the idea of a job, right? That is the Lover's energy, is about, all right, we might not be there yet. I might not have that job yet. We might not have that perfect connection, but you know, I'm in it. I really want to try to make things work. It's a Gemini energy, okay? And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So the wheel is a Jupiter energy. So it's you feeling like, if only this connection would happen, if only I would get that job, if only that project would go through, if only this relationship would work, I would feel like I'm in such a space of luck and expansion and moving forward. Okay? But then we have the Eight of Swords energy, yeah. So this is a Jupiter and Gemini energy. Okay, so this is you realizing that in order for you to really have that luck and expansion, you really need to communicate truthfully about what it is that's going on with this situation. And you need to communicate it to yourself, because this is the card of self-imprisonment. So you seriously need to sit down and say, okay, itself, it's time to have this conversation, which is exactly what you're going to be doing on the 16th with Mercury entering Pisces in your 12th house. You're going to be having this conversation. Self, I know that you wanted this, but this might not be working in this way. So we're going to need to change things up a little bit. And that's going to put you in this Two of Swords energy, where you're going to be sort of at cross purposes with yourself or somebody else. Where you're going to be in this space with this Moon and Libra energy, where it's getting hardcore honest with deep down inside what you're feeling as far as what you see for yourself in this relationship, what you see for yourself in this job, what's really going to be working for you. And the world in reverse is really having to understand and accept that the world is here for you to have it, but not in the way that you're chasing it, not in the way that you're going after it. This is not the relationship, whatever's going on in the relationship is not going to bring you to your ultimate wish fulfillment, which is the world energy, is about being on the right path with the right people. Be it relationship, be it career, whatever it is, the right friends, okay? Now, we're energetic beings, and we have the ability through correct choices to turn this energy upright. But what the world reverse tells us is it's right there for the taking, but something is in the way. It's a person, it's a situation, something. So that thing needs to be addressed. So this could be you holding too fast to a certain dream or ideal. This could be you holding on too hard and too fast to a relationship that's just not working. Holding on to that job that's just not working, and you really needing to address that and recognizing that this is probably not the best thing for you, and you just need to tweak your path a little bit, and you're going to be in a space of self-protection for sure, because you're trying to figure it all out. You really want to be happy. This is a Sun and Capricorn card. So you want to move forward with these dreams and these wishes and this fire in your belly and work hard and all of that. But in the reverse, it's you really just pressing the pause button and say, hold on a second, I'm not willing anymore to move forward in this, because I'm realizing now that it's not going to bring me to where I really want to go. And it's that acceptance that you really are needing to embrace right now for these changes to happen. Because I feel like as soon as you embrace the fact that something that you're involved in, you guys might be in a great relationship. This might be work. If your work is great, this could be relationship. This could even honestly be a family connection, right? But you recognizing that there is just some sort of level of unfairness, lack of communication, lack of openness, lack of honesty, and it's gotten to the point, no matter how much you wish it so, it's not good for you. And it's not going to happen in the way that you want. Because honestly, when things need to change in situations, right, we can only control ourselves. We can't control anybody else, and we all know that, but sometimes we need to hear it. Right? It's the if only they would, or if only this would happen, and if only that would happen, if only, So it's really trying to remove yourself from that headspace into a more positive and proactive kind of headspace. That's definitely going to be happening with that Saturn entering Aquarius in that 11th house. Because remember, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is all about going in, shaking things up, and doing things differently. And Saturn pushing us on that path, right? It really is like this push. So let's do some love for those open to love in that space. I don't know what comes out here, guys. Whatever it is, it's a general message. Should be able to get to I don't know if I mentioned this before, but to the extended reads for love only, having to do with singles and couples by next week. Hopefully. All right, so we're going to do a 5-5. So 5 across up here. And then 5 down here. Okay, let me just move these down a smidgy. So I can... We're going to get some Island Time Wellness for crowning. Ace of Cups is the outcome. Of call. Phoenix. Talking. Okay. So we're starting off with the Knight of Wands. Okay, so Knight of Wands is a Scorpio and Sagittarius energy. So Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. It's all about transformation. Sagittarius is about moving forward with integrity, right? So there's going to be transformation here and some element of this relationship that's going to be pushing you guys forward on a path. Okay, and we have the Emperor energy. So the Emperor is, well, first of all, you guys, it's Aries energy, but it's also about having a strong initiative to want to move something forward, being a little, I'm not even going to say pushy, because it's not pushy, it's not thinking everything through totally, kind of just wanting to say the hell with it, let's just do it, let's throw caution to the wind. It's kind of like, it's very romantic and everything, but you want to think things through a little bit more. But I feel like there's almost this sort of frenetic kind of energy here between the Knight of Wands and this. It's like a quick transformation, hurry up, let's move kind of thing. And I don't feel like that ends up going very well, because then we have the Death card, right? And the Death card is Scorpio. It's all about transformation. It's an ending and a beginning, but it's a definitive ending of a cycle. Okay, now we have to look at the other cards around it to see, what's happening after that. But I do get that there's a judgment. The Judgment in reverse is telling me that there's not going to be this transformation, because there's not going to be forgiveness regarding something. Okay, because the Judgment, the astrological association is Pluto, which is all about transformation, right? So in the reverse, I don't get that. Not only do I get that there's not forgiveness, but I get that somebody in this union, be it you, them, or both of you, really don't see their role in what was done that was maybe either shady, disrespectful, that was hurtful to the other person, And then we have the Page of Swords. So there is this lack of honesty here. There's this lack of a new beginning. There's not healthy communication here. There could be lying through omission. There could be or there could be truths coming out that end up being quite painful, because whenever we have the swords reverse, it could be the swords coming out as they're being like boom, like some sort of lies or dishonesty is coming out, or they're being like lying through omission where there's holding back. So apply that to the situation however it would resonate. And then we have the Chariot in the reverse. This is the Cancer energy, and in the reverse this means somebody's gone off the wrong end, is off the beaten path. I always say this is like the car driving on the narrow country road that ends up losing control of the steering wheel, and it ends up down in the woods at the bottom of a ditch upside down, right? Really not making good choices, not listening to good advice, hanging around, having the wrong energies around them. And then we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. So there's this feeling of needing to defend oneself here. And just being tired of it, not wanting to bother, not even wanting to bother with the defending of oneself. Definitely an end of a cycle. The Ten of Wands in reverse indicates that the cycle ended. This is like the wands in the reverse. It's just they become so heavy you can't continue. So this is like this is the energy of the heavy multitasker. Somebody who's really busy at work and at home and taking care of this, that, and the other thing. Plus, on top of all of that, there's emotional situations that they're dealing with. It's like, stop, I can't take anymore. I have to put these wands down, right? But it's like reaching this precipice that you just can't do it anymore. It's like done, it's done. And then we have the Eight of Wands in the upright. The Eight of Wands is, oh my God, I've been through so much. I still have fire in my belly, though, for this person. Can you believe it? I've got the bumps and the cuts and the blood and everything to prove how much I've been through with this situation. But I still have fire in my belly to fight. And there is this definitive desire to have this new beginning. So I'm feeling like you guys, if you're resonating with this, there was already an ending of a cycle here. Like the Death and the Ten of Wands in the reverse tells me that there was an ending of a cycle. So it started off really hot and fabulous. And then there was this sort of devolving into a space where you guys ended up, where you were arguing and defending, and who was like not acting appropriately here, kind of fell off the cart, whatever, okay? But yet there's ultimately this recognition where it's like, but I love them. And then we have the Ace of Cups. Final outcome is the new beginning. Now the crowning energies we have is talking, interesting, conversing more. Awaited message arrives, text, call, email. So this tells me that if you guys are not in communication, some sort of communication is going to be coming in. Then we have the Phoenix, new phase, rekindling, renew, transformation, growth, changed mind. Seems like a beautiful reconnection here, I have to tell you, Aries. And then we have love call. Someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. So that's kind of like, you know, there's a lot of communication energy here. So I feel like you guys were in a really bad space, had some sort of falling out. There was the ending of a cycle, but now you guys are going to be reconnecting. So that's what we have. That's what we have, Aries. If you don't want to be with this person, my friend, you have free will. Tell them to keep walking. If this is a good, solid individual and there was just a lot of poor communication and you guys could salvage this as something beautiful, then congratulations and every blessing to you. And that's the way tarot goes, yeah. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.